House Beesbury was founded by Lady Ellen Eversweet, a daughter of Garth Greenhand. According to legend, she loved honey so much she sought out the king of bees in his vast mountain heath and made a pact with him to care for his children and his children's children, and thus becoming the first beekeeper. The ancestral home of House Beesbury is Honeyholt, a small Richmond castle located on the banks of the Honeywine River. Sometimes referred to as the First Heath, Honeyholt lies south of Brightwater Keep and north of Old Town, and therefore controls a part of the Rose Road. The Lords of Honeyholt have ruled in peace for centuries as loyal bannermen to House Hightower. However, with the death of Viserys I and the outbreak of the Targaryen Civil War known as the Dance of Dragons, things had changed. While serving as Master of Coin on the small council of King Viserys I, Lyman Beesbury swore an oath to protect the rights of Princess Rhaenyra, the chosen heir to the Iron Throne. Being a man of honor, Lord Lyman refused to support Aegon II's claim to the throne and was promptly executed in the council chamber by Kingsguard Criston Cole. Because of this, Lyman Beesbury is considered the first casualty of the Dance of Dragons. With Lyman's son already dead, his grandson, Alan Beesbury, became the new Lord of Honeyholt. Staying true to his grandfather's vows, Alan joined the Blacks and supported Princess Rhaenyra during the war. Along with Houses Custine, Mullendore, Tarly, and Rowan, House Beesbury opposed the Hightower forces who sided with Aegon II. Despite a defeat in the Battle of the Honeywine, Beesbury forces eventually prevailed and marched on Old Town, capturing the city and ending the war, with Rhaenyra as queen. The actions of Lyman and Alan established a strong friendship between House Beesbury and the royal family, with several prominent dragon riders serving as councillors in Honeyholt. But the Crownlands were far away, and Rhaenyra and her children had yet to consolidate their power, leaving the Lords of Honeyholt vulnerable to Hightower retaliation. Because of this, Lord Alan grew increasingly suspicious, seeing shadows in every corner, which earned him the nickname the Paranoid. Mad from fear, Alan forbade his children to ever leave the castle. Having to live locked away in a keep, Jocelyn Beesbury, son of Lord Alan and heir to Honeyholt, turned to the Seven, hoping the gods would let him see the light of day again. Eventually his prayers were answered, when his father died at the age of 50 in his observatory, called the Bee's Eye, while gazing into the sky. Jocelyn inherited the castle, and was finally allowed to come out of hiding. However, his father's paranoia had already taken its toll on Jocelyn's sanity. Due to his overly zealous nature and devotion to the faith, Jocelyn took out his anger on Septon's straying from the light of the Seven, earning him the name Priest-Hater. Yet even the most pious men were not safe from Jocelyn's rage. Being just as proud as he was angry, Jocelyn responded very harsh to any insults against his family. One of such insults resulted in House Mullendore being wiped off the map after Lucerys Velaryon, son of Queen Rhaenyra, set ablaze the uplands with his dragon Syrax, earning him the name the Fist of the Uplands. This action finally convinced everyone that Jocelyn was simply too cruel for this world. Gars Beesbury, Castellan of Honeyholt, as well as Jocelyn's own son Nicole, whom he made Lord of the Uplands, conspired to have Jocelyn killed. Despite imprisoning his uncle Gars and several servants, Jocelyn died soon enough under suspicious circumstances. Ending the reign of Jocelyn the Cruel, Lord Nicole became the new Lord of Honeyholt. In an attempt to remove the tyrannical stain from House Beesbury, Lord Nicole pardoned every servant who was punished by his father. Additionally, he worked closely with the Septons to help feed the poor in his lands. This earned Lord Nicole the trust of his vassals and the love of the small folk, who began calling him Nicole the Open-Handed. Yet despite his nickname, Nicole refused to give the Uplands back to House Mullendore, an action that cost him his head. Feeling threatened by the increased power of House Beesbury, and with memories of Jocelyn the Cruel still vivid, Lord Jonel Costane of Three Towers ordered the assassination of Lord Nicole. He hoped the assassination would plunge House Beesbury into chaos, since Nicole's heir, Jackson, was only 11 when he inherited the castle. Yet House Beesbury proved strong, and Jackson promptly declared war on Lord Jonel in order to avenge his father's death. Remembering Lord Nicole fondly, the small folk rushed to answer the call of its lord, and with the help of the newly established branch of House Beesbury of the Uplands, Lord Jonel quickly lost the war, and with it his castle and his head. Yet Jackson and his relatives found no time to celebrate. During the reign of Lord Nicole, the houses Hightower, Redwyne, and Roxton rose up in rebellion against the liege lords, House Florent of Highgarden. For the most part, all battles were fought north of the Manda River, but the arrival of 30,000 Tyroshi soldiers rushing to aid their Florent allies marked a turning point in the war. After Old Town fell, the savages from across the narrow sea marched up the Rose Road, ready to unleash their frustration on the scarcely defended castle of Honeyholt, putting the life of young Jackson at risk.